What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wingin podcast. So tonight, didn't really have anything pressing that I wanted to talk about, and we are getting into E3 quote unquote season. It's kind of hard saying that, seeing as how like there's not a, there's technically not E3, but there's technically E3. If you catch my meaning, next weekend, next week we got Summer Games Fest, which depending on your point of view, can be good or bad, depending on your point of view. And then we got, I think on the 11th is the Microsoft showcase, and then on the 12th, Ubisoft they dropped their little teaser trailer for their Ubisoft Forward event. It's and this is the other reason why I don't understand why. I understand why they opted out of E3, but at the same time, they're still doing stuff the week of what would essentially be E3. And I'm still not sure who's all showing up to Summer Games Fest. I know Keeley did put out a list of people showing up, but it was nobody from Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo from the list that I saw. That may have been updated. So I don't know if that is changed or not. But I think that starts the 8th. The only thing that I know about that I've seen is the Mortal Kombat is going to have their gameplay reveal on the 8th of June. So that's a good thing. I mean, because the first trailer was basically a CG trailer, which for an announcement trailer nowadays, I expect that. I don't expect gameplay from a third party developer in an announcement trailer. I expect CG story to show all the graphical prowess and all that stuff so they can talk about that, and we'll get the gameplay trailer some other time. Other than that, though, it's been pretty much kind of predictions on what you want to see. I I don't really have any predictions for this. Like I can tell you what I would like to see from the Microsoft showcase. They already confirmed that they will be doing Starfield, so that's a plus for them because I know that's a highly anticipated game that people have been waiting on years for. But personally, I would like to see something on Perfect Dark. I mean, I know they had some issues with that game with people leaving, but it's one of those situations where, hey, yes, you probably shouldn't have said this game was coming out when you said it. So, hey, what's up, Andre? Can you
Ain't
hear
a
me?
whole lot.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah, I can
turn
hear
your
you.
mic up. Turn your mic up.
All right, hold on.
Turn,
Let
turn
me
your
fix
mic up.
that.
We're gonna do that Dave Chappelle skit. But yeah, that's one of those games that I would like to see. I would like to see Perfect Dark at some point during that Microsoft showcase. Do I think it's going to show up? Probably not. But on the bright side for Microsoft, since they haven't been talking about anything, and everybody's the only thing people been really on them for is the whole Activision thing. They can actually come out the gate swinging because we have literally no idea what they're going to show. To be fair, um, and I think that could probably work to their favor if we're looking at it logically from a gaming standpoint. Like that could probably be their best bet is, hey, y'all don't know what we're doing because we hadn't said anything. Everybody's been worried about the Activision deal, and so we can just come out and just spit some hits out. Hopefully, something with some gameplay to it or something, because I think a whole bunch of CG trailers ain't gonna help. And the whole Starfield thing, that's supposed to get its own separate presentation, if I'm not mistaken. I need to look and see if that's still the case. Uh, but I think that's supposed to get its own separate presentation after the other presentation. So we shall see in that regard, I guess. You want to try now?
For some reason, the settings are like it disappeared off my damn computer like after this last update.
Yep, still can't hear you. You sound like you're muffled. If that says anything. Matter of fact, let's go see what
I found it.
you found it.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you better now. Yeah.
Yeah, I found the setting. Those updated in a little bit, so I was like, okay, where the hell did it go?
All right, so we got fall E3 Summer Games Fest starting I think the 8th and 9th. I don't really care for that. Whoa, I think that's you because that is not me.
Yeah, it just goes feedback, and I just adjusted the volume on my headset, so I'm not that again. Computer.
Yeah. Technical difficulties, gotta love them, people. Gotta love them.
It was loud in my ears, so I turned it down on my headset, which wasn't going to mess with anything. And yeah, apparently it does that squealing part, so I'm not going to touch it again. I'm going to leave that alone.
Okay. Yeah. And see if you can pop it up because it's sounding low again.
That might just be that this
Okay.
computer is having it. Hold on.
Well, I heard that notification. Hold on a second. Ears ringing.
I'll be right back. I'm taking you.
All right. I'm back. All right. So while he fixes that, let's matter of fact, let me pull this up. I like going to this site. And where is it? Here it is. So let's see what these guys have for their predictions. Because like I said, I can't predict anything because I don't know. I have no idea. And I even forgot about this Indiana Jones game. Do y'all remember this one? Because I forgot about this one. I completely forgot about Indiana Jones. I think I want to say that they talked about that one in what 2020, 2020 or 2021, 2 or 3 years ago, and we haven't heard nothing about that one. So yeah, I forgot about that. What's up, Jay Biggs? Redfall makes an appearance with news on 60 frames a second. That probably should, if they have news on that, they should probably drop that before their showcase, in my opinion, because people are still kind of 38 hot about that. I mean, that it's in their best interest if they got any news on that to just, drop that information as soon as possible. So to try to at least try to head off some of the, or try to make good on for the people that actually bought it. There's that. Avowed, 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 avowed. Why does that name sound familiar? Let's see. Obsidian's first-person fantasy RPG has gone dark in recent years, no doubt. Safe to say the dev team has been busy since the likes of Grounded and Pentiment. Okay, so I'm guessing this is one of those games they were supposed to come out. I'm guessing. Hey, what's up, Sandstorm?
Yo.
Yeah. Just going through the Microsoft predictions thing.
I'm looking at. Am I looking at Skyrim? Is that what I'm looking
That's
at?
That's Avowed.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're predicting. Pure Xbox is predicting that. I forgot about Indiana Jones. I completely forgot about that game.
Yeah.
Because that was 2 years ago. 2021 when we got that. According to this, because I thought it was 2020, but there's that. If they do have a news on the 60 frames per second patch, I think they need to drop that before their showcase.
That's before a showcase.
Yeah, because that's just gonna make people way upset, and you don't want to,
Yeah.
You just don't
You don't
want
want to
that.
tarnish it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's already a bad situation. Don't make it worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like you think you might be, hey, they're gonna love us for fixing. Nah, just that's something.
And
You
putting
do
it
in
in
a
the
trailer.
showcase. Nah.
Yeah,
Set that ahead of time.
yeah, yeah. If you have an update for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's Avowed, which I didn't even know about, but apparently this is from Obsidian, and it's a first-person fantasy RPG. So I'm like, why were they working on Grounded then?
Right.
But okay, whatever.
So they're gonna have multiple of these genre style games coming from them. I don't know if I really like that. I don't. It's like milking your own horse.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those situations. This other one is Minecraft's ray tracing update. What the?
Who cares?
Yeah. Okay. Hellblade 2. Yeah. Where in the world has this been?
Yeah. That's a definite conversation.
Like, where in the world has this been? Look, we know they bought Ninja Theory, but like they didn't. I forgot. This is another one I forgot about.
Mm-hmm. We just talked about it yesterday. That was one that Vito brought up too. It was like we don't have anything on Hellblade. All we got, the last thing we got was like interactive trailer, if you will.
Because they were doing the whole going back and showing some stuff from the first one to bring in the stuff with the new one. And I'm like,
right.
Yeah, but that was like what, a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so this one, this is probably one that needs to be there.
Yeah.
Definitely. Hands down, it needs to be. They need to say something. Starfield
was still a show. I mean,
maybe.
Like how
they're getting their own
that?
Presentation after it, so that's right. They're getting their own presentation right after it.
Right. Like, so how likely is that not probably going to be the situation?
Yeah, I mean, it should steal the show.
Right.
I mean,
be sad if it don't.
I mean,
that's the other. That's worthy. That's noteworthy.
Yeah. Well, if I'm Microsoft, I'm pushing out my chips to the center on Starfield. I don't have a choice. Yep. Halo Infinite Season 4. Yeah, I can see that. I can see them doing something like that. Because they do need to probably do another roadmap. Just so people can, be
this
happy.
is supposed to be infinite. So make it do that.
Yeah, oh boy. Gears of War. That's interesting. Because I have not heard anything aside from them ever since 5 dropped, and then it got quiet.
Yeah, they did with that Funko Pop game, and then it basically just disappeared after that.
It's definitely one of those.
Wilton says I'm coming in a little loud. All right, let me adjust that. On my phone is easier. I can adjust it much easier. How's it sounding now, Wilton? Wilton.
Well, let's see. Oh, I forgot about the rumored Marcus Phoenix collection. Because if you were gonna do that, you would have done it by now, wouldn't you?
I mean, it's not really much of a point.
Wait a minute, they already did like a collection, didn't they?
No, it's just everything's already available.
Yeah, it was already available. Okay, all right. I thought they did. Now, this was probably one that if it is there, that would be a surprise because everybody's giving up on Fable.
Yeah.
I mean,
everybody I know gave up on that like years ago.
It needs to come back. That was a great little franchise that they had. And just because you don't really get too much of that style of kings and knights and all that other stuff. So yeah, they definitely needed to revamp. And after that last little I don't know what you want to call that we got from them with the whole Dungeons and Dragons looking style.
Yeah, that didn't really work.
Yeah, it's just it needs to come back.
it could have worked. They just didn't execute it right. Like a lot of the things that they did with the series, where they overpromised and undersold.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, that's why I'm like, they're in a better position, in my opinion, because outside of the Activision stuff, what do we know that's coming from Xbox? Nothing.
Right.
So they're in a better position to actually surprise people.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, if we literally got a Breath of the Wild clone out of Fable, that would be all they need to do.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I feel like we say that every year. Like they've already set themselves up to have like a bunch of surprises, and then we don't get that. So
yeah,
it's been a disappointing generation for Xbox.
It's been a disappointing generation, pretty much for a lot of people, because of just how a lot of this stuff is going down. People not being able to keep their word and over promising without even without even testing it out to see if it works.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean how the restored content DLC was promised for Knights of the Old Republic 2 and it's not coming now?
Yeah, that's one of them. Or my personal favorite, this one, the Lord of the Rings Gollum. Have anybody played this?
Oh man, it looked terrible.
I am not touching it.
Yeah, like, so I saw some gameplay footage on Twitch. Somebody I usually watch, they were trying to play it and it just looked bad. Like, that's the only time I would say you need to talk about frames, is when it's that noticeable and it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting there looking like, dude, what in the world? Like, why would you even release this? And then I'm thinking they probably don't have no QA testers.
No,
they probably don't. And I'm like, so now you got to send out this apology, which I'm about tired of seeing developer apologies. In all honesty, I'm like, dude, just like either the company needs to be like, okay, we need to give them more time, or y'all need to stop trying to do all this and overly ambitious stuff and swearing that all you need is power, because apparently power ain't the issue.
Right.
Power hasn't been the issue since 7th generation. They just
lazy.
I'm not even going to say lazy. At this point, it's that people don't know what they're doing. Well, I can't even say it's laziness anymore. They don't know what they're doing.
Well, I would say it's a mix of stuff. It's a mix of that, and it's a mix of, now that we got suits in they don't care about they don't care about games. This is just another investment that they're trying to make money off of.
Yeah, quantity over quality.
Yeah, so
they're rushing the process.
Yeah, so that's why you had an issue with that whole Cyberpunk that Cyberpunk game, was because it probably should have been out on PC first, regardless, and they should have worked out something for console later. But they have investors and CEOs, they got and the board, they have to damn answer to now. Guess what happens when they don't care nothing about no gamers, because to gamers, they nerds. Yeah, I don't care about them. Put this game out. I'm trying to get this yacht at the end of the year. I make more money than Elon Musk. That's basically what this is. That's basically what it is. So it's one of those measuring contests, and it's like we're in the middle of it. But I had to tell somebody on Twitter, I'm like, look, we as gamers have to bear some responsibility for that, because I've seen so many people be like, just release the game, I'll play it. Like, no.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No. And the thing that pretending like you don't have nothing to play, I'm like, dude, we get more games per month than at any other point in gaming history. There's no way you have nothing to play.
Right.
Especially now, since it's far easier for indies to go ahead and drop their games.
Yep.
And they drop them everywhere. It's just people being stubborn. Well, I don't want to play indies. Well, you missing out. That's on you.
Right. There's some good indie.
Man, there's some banger indies.
Yeah. So
plenty of indies that are better than the AAA studios. It just depends on what you find.
Yeah,
that's very true. So that's Microsoft. Ubisoft, I have no clue. One thing though, I will laugh if IGN screws them over again. That would be hilarious.
Oh, but right.
But
Look, let them do it again. We're gonna have Ubisoft having their own presentations. They're just gonna pull a Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing I know I'm gonna see, we're gonna see Mirage. We're gonna see Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Yeah,
we know that. That's Beyond Good and Evil. I don't expect to see that.
I like that's so we said that yesterday. I was like, what does Ubisoft have to do? I was like, there's only two things you have to do: address Skull and Bones and address Beyond Good and Evil 2. Now, will they get addressed? That's
Nope.
Probably not gonna happen.
But like that's all you need to address. Like everything else is secondary. Like you said, Assassin's Creed is gonna come. They're gonna definitely talk about that. Who knows if they try and fill us up with, empty promises like they did the 1 year with the Assassins. Then this Assassin's Creed is coming next, followed by this Assassin's Creed. And you're like,
that was crazy.
I have a feeling we're getting back into that same problem where they were just releasing them constantly, and then they had to take a break because they oversaturated the market.
Yep.
Which is kind of hard to do when you ain't got no competition in that market, because I'm like, it ain't like Tenchu coming back.
Right. That's true.
It's just them.
Like,
as far as that style of
you don't need to keep rushing them out like that. I think that's what they tried to do. Well, I don't think that's what they tried to do with Valhalla. I think Valhalla put them in a position where they had to sit on it, like just how buggy the game was, and then then they tried to do the DLC, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna keep this, like it's gonna get a lot of support for a lot longer time because this is the new model. I don't think the new model was that because they wanted it to be. I think it was that because it put them in a position where they had to be.
And then on top of that, they couldn't get the what was it, the 4K 60 to work. They had to go back to 4K 30, 30, and then people were complaining about that because they did promise it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, but that's a whole another hour of commentary on that. This not gonna lie. Outside of Nintendo, this has been the generation of third party broken promises.
Mm-hmm.
For real. Like they can't keep their word for nothing.
This is the truth coming out.
Yeah.
This is definitely the exposure generation.
If you think that power solves all your problems, you haven't been paying attention.
Fanboys like, yo, we got to have the highest graphics, the highest level of graphics. And then it turned into, yo, we got to have these performance. Like, how is your game running at 30 and we're over here sitting in glorious 60? Oh, but just wait when these games start coming out. How's your 60 running for you? You having some Forspoken problems here? My guy, you having some Star Wars problems?
Or you get that email.
Right.
Saying that, hey, if you want to play this game in 4K, it's gonna be locked at 30.
Yep. Drop it down drop it down if you want to.
We're gonna have 4K or 60 frames per second. You pick.
Yeah.
So that's all. Like, man, and then the supposed weakest console is putting out the stuff that they told you I was gonna play. It plays as described. You have to go out of your way to try to nitpick to find something to complain about. Because that Digital Foundry stuff, they found one area where it was like where it dipped, and people blew that out of proportion. I'm like, dude, I have not had a stuttering issue in Tears of the Kingdom yet.
Yeah,
I think I had one, but that's because I had loaded up a construct with like a bunch of stuff, and then slowed down. But that was me trying to break the game for a second.
Right,
dude. The guy that made the drone, that game didn't slow down.
No, I don't know what he did. Whatever he did was nice and concise. Yeah. What I did was just a sloppy mess.
Well, I'm working on my homing tank right now, so I got to test it out. But I'm working on a homing tank.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a little tank myself.
Yeah, because
or a battleship of some sort.
Yeah, I'm not finna have these issues with these monster encampments.
Yep.
I'm just gonna send them me.
I'm gonna see how far we can go with we're making a battleship or something. Dark Voice said his conspiracy pick is that Ubisoft does a collaboration with Nintendo for a Star Fox. To be honest with you,
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, I would not mind that. I would not mind that.
Especially if they did if they dedicated a whole game. What was the name of the game that they did?
Starlink.
Yeah, Starlink. If they did a Starlink 2 and just dedicated the whole thing to Star Fox,
yeah,
I'm for it.
But here's the thing: they can't make that game because the Starlink game was notoriously repetitive.
Yeah,
to the point where it was downright boring.
Well,
so
have it. I'm saying use the same engine that they did.
Yeah,
use the same engine that they did to make that game, but actually, work with like somebody like Monolith Soft from Nintendo, so that they actually have a game that's worth playing.
Okay.
And give me a underwater level so I can use the yeah. That's the one right there. That's the one right there.
All right. So and before we go on to Sony, please show this Microsoft Perfect Dark.
Oh yeah. That's the one I said too, and I was like, I don't know, man. That got oddly quiet too.
Well, you lose a director, you lose an artist, you lose a writer, and you had to
you lose some key people. Things get quiet,
and then you had to go ask a whole nother company for help, and that got leaked out.
I mean, all y'all got to do is come ask me. I can help write the game. I could literally help write the game.
It shouldn't be that hard,
right? Don't you? Well, no, you don't have the old.
Because it doesn't have to be like.
Don't you have retro?
It doesn't have to be this,
super complicated game
narrative. No, it don't have to be like you're not trying to win an Oscar here,
right? Like Perfect Dark didn't like what was so. It got silly real quick. Like
it was a futuristic James Bond. That's all it was.
Yeah.
That's especially when they brought in Elvis. When they brought in Elvis, they gave him to that boy. They jumped the shark when Elvis showed up.
Yeah,
a shotgun toting alien with a vest with an American flag on
it. Oh man.
Oh boy, but
I mean, and a whole bunch of stuff in that game doesn't make sense. You just there for the ride.
Right. But the moment you see Roger, the moment you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So you like this, and he's a trash talking, so you're like, okay, you know what? Let's do it.
Right, I'm down for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I mean, it's basically James Bond with Men in Black. That's what Perfect Dark is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're not trying to. If you're trying to turn this into something like Last of Us, please don't.
Mm-hmm. Oh hell no.
You're missing the point.
Yeah. No, because that would kill. I mean, look, they missed the point with that game we won't mention, but
yeah, they missed the whole entirety of that point. But it is what it is. So let's jump over and take a look at Sony, shall we? Now, this is another. I like going to Push Square just because they do good work. So I like their stuff. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. Honestly, I think this is gonna be whatever Sony has to show or say, because I think they're supposed to be they're not supposed to have an actual showcase or anything.
That's what I was gonna say. How are they gonna have another showcase? They just had one. That
they had one too horrible.
Yeah, that's why the rumor is they're going to be dropping trailers next week. That's the rumor. Okay. So I'm thinking we're getting a trailer on this, the Final Fantasy VII Remake Rebirth.
The next one.
Because, yeah. Now,
is that another $70?
Yes.
Yes.
All for it.
Yes.
No, I'll pass.
Yes. I shouldn't have bought the first one because I should have waited and found out how many chapters they were going to have. They still have not told people how many chapters they're going to have. So I'm thinking we're probably going to get a remake of what's the Vincent one?
Oh, yeah.
There's a Cerberus.
Yeah, we're probably get a remake of that. Yeah. We're probably going to get a remake of all the stuff that had to do with 7.
Now, to be honest with you, I really like Dirge of Cerberus.
Dirge of Cerberus was fun.
That actually deserves a remake, to be honest.
Yeah,
because that's the one they need to fix the gameplay on.
Yeah.
That's the one they actually need to fix it.
I'm interested in that one, but if you count all of them, I have a feeling they're gonna do something real dumb, like we've got 7 games for Final Fantasy 7.
No, we're gonna be that,
and they're still going
2040.
Yeah.
And they still going to drop most of the game story out of it with what they did. They're going to drop so much story.
Because my main problem with remake was I'm like, wait a minute, this is the first hour and I'm already seeing Sephiroth.
Right.
Like what the world? And then you couldn't find out they basically took the first 5 hours of the original game and bloated it out to 40. I'm like, wow.
For no damn reason.
For no reason. So
and then they added even more to that into that 5 hour time span and putting Yuffie where she was not at.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, God damn. Like, why would y'all do this?
At this point, Zach might still be alive. I don't even know. So
well, he alive and in cryostasis. Just call it that.
So I don't even know. And I'm because I did remember there was a rumor that there was a version that there was a rumor that Aerith was supposed to be alive, but they just left her out.
Oh no. In the original game, she was supposed to resurrect.
Oh, see? So
she was supposed to resurrect because if you get back into you go back into the church after you can get back in Midgar, her model pops up like she's about to do something every time you go into the church, but it doesn't trigger.
So they left it out. Now this is one that I heard of. I want to say yesterday or Friday. I can't remember. There's a rumor that we're getting a new Persona game.
I mean, it's been like 3 years now?
Like a completely new Persona or like another version of Persona 5?
I think it's the rumor I read on Twitter was a new Persona game.
Persona 6.
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing about no new Persona 5 game announcement unless they that's why it's a rumor, take it with a grain of salt. But I think Persona 5 originally came out 2018 or 19?
Oh.
I know they did 5, then they did Royal, and Royal came right after it.
Yeah.
So, but that's one of the ones. I also heard a rumor about Days Gone 2. I'm like, okay, I don't know why you want to do that, but whatever. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna have something for Final Fantasy 16 since that game's supposed to drop at the end of the month.
Oh dang! Persona 5 came out in 2016.
Oh snap! So when did
so it's been a long time. I want to say.
So that must be the one I'm thinking about, 2019, right?
Yeah,
okay.
That's gotta be.
Yeah, you're probably thinking of you're thinking about I think either Strikers or Royal.
Yeah,
Strikers maybe. Dang, it says October 21st, but that doesn't give me the actual year.
Yeah, Strikers is 2020.
2020.
Okay.
Yeah. 2020 in Japan and then 2021 worldwide.
Okay. But yeah, this is the one that I'm thinking we're going to get at least 1 or 2 more trailers for.
I guarantee you. Now, question. I asked this. I said this in the podcast yesterday too. You think Square Enix gives us another terrible little presentation for themselves that starts off with Final Fantasy 16 and it's a trailer that we've already seen, and maybe they sprinkle in some other stuff that nobody really cares about?
Well, now they're scared because those pre-order numbers ain't moving like they thought it was going to move. But my thing was, and I said this on Twitter, I'm like, that's their own fault because they saw how people were feeling about 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They should have made that multiplayer, and saying that, oh, well, we went to I don't believe that they went to Nintendo. I'm sorry. I just don't believe that. They went to Microsoft and Sony was the only one that picked up the tab. We know y'all hemorrhaging money. So, and if I'm not going to get my money back, I'm probably not going to be jumping at the bit to get a game that more than likely they're asking Sony to market as well, which that's probably going to happen,
right?
And because I'm pretty sure it's coming to PC.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Because once again, they got to find a way to make their money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just going to be on the PS5. I don't believe that for a second. It'll probably be on the PS5 for the first 5-6 months. Mm-hmm. But once them sales numbers don't get met, that will come to PC so fast.
Yep. It'll start looking over to other things.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do wind up doing a Xbox version at a later date, like Forspoken or something like that. Like, look, we ain't make back budget. So, do I think Final Fantasy 16 look good? Yeah, but 15 burnt me. 15 looked good too.
Yeah.
So, nah, I can wait.
I agree with that.
I can wait on that. I mean,
it looks good, but I'll buy it for less.
Yeah. Plus, I'm kind of busy with a certain game right now anyway. So
True.
I'm going to be busy probably the whole summer with that one because I am not trying to rush through it.
Nope.
At all. I'm having too much fun exploring stuff. So, Nintendo, no clue what they're going to do. Not even gonna try.
Yeah, they just like a straight mystery.
No,
like clue. You got Pikmin 4. You got Pikmin 4. And what's the other game? There's and Prime maybe somewhere in the atmosphere, but outside of that is like, and you got Pokemon, and you got Pokemon DLC.
Yeah.
But like outside of that is like what's the holiday?
Yeah.
What's the holiday?
To be honest, I keep saying this. I think Metroid Prime 4 is probably going to be a cross-gen title anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I expect that.
Not be surprised if Echoes and Corruption get remastered as well, because remember the original rumor was all three of them got remastered.
Mm-hmm.
So I would not be surprised if 2 and 3 did, and they just waiting to do those shadow drops. I hate when they do that. Those shadow drops.
yeah.
Be like,
well, actually. Thinking about it, 2 would be a perfect drop for October.
Yeah,
well, 2 or 3.
But 2 specifically because of the theming of it would be perfect. Yeah, that'd be perfect for October.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen. Probably like, and they don't really have to have a direct for that, but I'm probably thinking we're probably gonna get something.
Yeah,
I don't think we're not going to get anything. And supposedly they're coming to Tokyo Game Show and Paris Games, so they're supposed to be there. So
yeah,
they got something planned for the end of the year. So
it's just like, what is that something though? We know you got something for the end of the year, but what is it?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even know what they really got for the next couple months, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean, we know about Pikmin, and that's
what I'm
saying. And everything want to switch, and everybody want to switch,
and which nobody really cares about. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm just I know better than to try to predict them. I just like I have no clue.
Next thing that's going to drop is probably going to be Virtual Boy, and nobody going to expect it.
Well, the other thing too, and I go back to this because of the whole Dolphin emulator situation. I'm like, we don't know what they're doing with NSO. I would not be surprised if they say, you know what, Shadow Drop, we got the first 10 games for the GameCube and Dreamcast addition to the NSO. I wouldn't be surprised
if that happened, man. The internet.
I mean, but the thing is, everybody, even with the whole Dolphin thing, and one of the reps from that team already came out and said, Valve was the one that went to Nintendo and brought it up and said, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And then when Nintendo gave them their opinion and said, "Okay, yeah, well, then we won't put it up on the shop." Yeah. And Valve went to them because they are partnered with Nintendo. No matter how minor that partnership is, they are still partnered with them. So they looked at it like, hey, look, this is running your stuff. And then we come to find out part of Nintendo's code is in that emulator. That's why they don't want it up there.
Yeah. But you got people who don't understand law saying, oh, it's legal. No, it's not.
No, it ain't.
It's not legal. Like, geez, dude. Well,
it's
they should let me buy it.
So the problem is with people, emulators are legal. But for an emulator to be legal for you to utilize, it cannot, and I repeat, it cannot have any of the proprietary code from the company that originally made the device in it. If it has it, that makes it illegal because they are taking someone else's code, which is copywritten, which is trademarked, that they are not allowed to use and redistributing it. That's the problem.
Right.
Simple as that. I'm not a legal expert, but I do read into these things, and that's the big problem. That's why Nintendo doesn't like people putting emulators out, because half the time when they have an emulator, they're using the decoders that Nintendo's teams have coded themselves that they have rights to. That's their major problem. If they could get around it without using Nintendo's decoder, there would be an argument for them. But since they're using Nintendo's decoder, there isn't one.
Yeah.
And once again, nobody wants to be sued.
I mean, especially no, because they get sued into oblivion.
Yeah.
Right. My man's got to pay for the rest of his life. Who does that?
I don't blame him, but like, because my thing is, when you hear people talk about it, but then you know good and well, once they create something, they will be the first ones lawyering up. They would not care about fans. They'd be like, fan who? But I'm helping you with notoriety. No, you ain't. Soon he using my stuff.
Yep.
Like they'll be the first ones doing it if it's taking money out of their pocket. But they can't seem to see that.
Nah.
They just can't seem to. I'm like, dude, it's not your property. It's not your you. Even when you bought the disc or you bought the cartridge back in the day, you are basically buying a license to play their property. That's what you're doing. That's what was in every EULA agreement. You're basically buying a license that says, hey, we're allowing you to play this game that we made. Enjoy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you don't have any rights to, just because you're a Metroid fan, don't mean you have rights to Samus, that you can throw Samus in anything. That's why the guy that, when he made that ASMR game, when Nintendo told him to take it down, he was like, they're in the right. People was trying to defend him. He was like, stop defending me. They're in the right.
If we being real though, Nintendo waited for him to release it and let it get good and popular first before they even said anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, look, we understand that we're gonna let you we're gonna give you about 5-6 hours, let everybody get their hands on it. Then we gotta put out our cease and desist because that's the legal route we gotta follow. We gotta defend our trademarks.
And on top of that, they were actually making Samus Returns.
Which people didn't want to go buy, and then now they're complaining about not being able to get it.
Yeah, so I'm like, nah, dude, you don't get to dictate that. And Dark Void, thank you for saying this, because do that to Sony. I dare you.
Right.
I dare you to touch Sony movies and Sony music. I dare you. Go.
You get sued into oblivion.
Go use a clip from one of the, from something that Sony Music owns. I dare you. They don't care that you're a fan. I dare you to do it. See how fast they throw your whole channel under the dirt. I mean, it's amazing how people don't. They only want to blame one person or one company and not see that like every company does this. You can't just take somebody else's intellectual property, even if you are a fan. And yeah, do that to Disney too. Yeah, like these corporations don't play about that, and they got way more money than you, so they will be able to take that for all that whole lawyer thing. They're gonna be able to do that. That's why I'm like, buddy, they got to pay for the rest of his life. Yeah, dude, they told you to stop. You didn't want to.
He got warned a couple times. It wasn't just once.
No, bro, you take your spanking.
I think when people look at Nintendo's, because they look at other companies like Sega, for instance, Sega lets people do whatever the hell they want with Sonic. But we also got to realize that Sega goes back and tries to hire those people on and then screws them over later on and uses their engine. So I mean,
but nobody want to have that conversation.
Nobody want to talk about that.
Well, because I will never forget when somebody like, well, then Nintendo should just hire him. No, they shouldn't.
No,
that's not how you get a job, man.
I mean, if we dude that did ASM2R, he ended up with a job with Mercury Steam. So either way, he's still got in the industry.
Yeah, but I respect him more because he was just like, look, man, they told me to stop it. I stopped. You should fight for it. Nah, man, it's they IP. Like people was going at him, was getting mad at him for not. I'm like, dude, what you want him to do? He ain't got money like that. He ain't got money to go to war with a corporation.
A corporation, not a business.
Yeah, they got a whole lawyer division for stuff like this. No, dude. And I hate that game preservation term because it's BS. Because you're not talking about every game. Sometimes people talking about like those obscure titles that 10 people played back in the 80s, and like, dude, like, come on, man.
Right.
Come on, man. Let's because I remember when Microsoft had that because they were doing the whole going back through the old catalog, and they're like, dude, we had to stop doing it because we don't know where all the licenses are, and we don't own them, so we can't bring those games back. That's the big thing because there's so many different companies that were around back then that aren't now. So many people got different licenses. You don't know who got what, to be honest.
For instance, you could have one person who has the license to the mechanics of the game. One person has the license to the music of the game. Another person can have the licensing for the artwork for the game. All that is a lot. That's time consuming, and I commend Microsoft for what they did with the work that they put in to get what they got.
Yeah, and they got a lot of games, but they couldn't get as many as they said they was going to get.
Yeah, and if they do get any more, it's going to be because somebody just brings everything to them and offers it. Yeah. They're not searching for it anymore.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And JB brings up a good point. It's like hiring the guy that robbed the bank to do the security. Can you really trust that dude? Probably not. More than likely not, to be honest. So, yeah, I don't get mad at the emulation crowd. I'm just like, dude, y'all not telling the truth. No, just not. And I'm like, dude, and no company is required to keep stuff just for you as an individual. They're not required to do that. They're just not. I mean, I get what you're saying, that you want to have access to those games. I understand that. But a lot of those games don't even play that well now, to be honest.
Nope.
They really don't. So, Dark Void, yes, I am going to be streaming. We are going to be live streaming the Xbox Showcase. So we're going to get into that right now. Next week, instead of having our regular episode, we're just going to do that. So it won't be at 7:00. We won't have a podcast at 7:00. We're just going to have the podcast for the actual Xbox Showcase and the Starfield presentation, which is supposed to be right after the Xbox Showcase. So it's probably going to be a 3-hour podcast, but that's what we're going to be doing next week. That's Sunday, RJ. Let me see, because they had the date, and I had it, and I mean, not the date, they had the time. I think it's 2 p.m. Sunday, Eastern Standard Time. So let me make sure. Showcase time. Let's see. Yeah, June 11th at 1 p.m. So yeah, we will go live probably around 12:45 or something, 12:45, 12:50 next Sunday, and we'll just do it then because that'll be our episode for that day. The Ubisoft one, I got to figure out what time that is. I think it's like 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. I get off then, so if it's at 2, we'll probably just do like a live reaction a little later that day. But those are the only 2 that I know about right now. The stuff on for Game Fest, we'll just have to work that out. To be honest, because I don't have a list of times for it. I did get an email from the Game Awards thing, but like they didn't have the times all set up, so they just said that sign up for the live stream list, and I'm like, I'm gonna be at work, so I already know I'm probably gonna miss a lot of that anyway. So I didn't sign up for that this go round because I wasn't taking off from work when I don't even know what they're doing and what the times are on everything. So yeah, so Sunday we're gonna be going live probably around 12:45, and we'll just watch both the presentation and the Starfield presentation right after. We won't have a podcast at 7 p.m. We'll just have it at 1. And don't forget, and I'll remind everybody too, on the 18th, we won't have an episode because that's Father's Day. So we'll be off for Father's Day. Just so you know. But we're going to try to do as much as we can for as far as the live reactions are concerned, just because everybody's doing their own thing and it's kind of scattered around. So, although I am surprised that we haven't heard anything from like what's the stuff that Activision does have coming that was already going to be coming before the whole acquisition thing. I'm surprised we haven't heard anything about that.
Oh yeah, that did really get quiet.
Yeah.
Oh.
But other than that, I think it's just because everything is so spread out. So we shall see. Wilton, I do plan on doing another live stream for Zelda. I'm probably just gonna do it on Friday though. Just because if there's nothing else going on, I'll probably just do it on Friday. Because I've been doing. I haven't done any story stuff yet. I'm just been going around doing side quests and cave runs because I'm trying to get all my bombs and all that stuff up. Trying to get my resources up before I start doing these doing the story paths and all that. I need to finish getting the tier so I can go on and get the Master Sword, so I can go on and wreck shop with some Gleox because I'm tired of running from them Gleox. They chase you. They actually chase you. I'm like, and they chase you for a while. I'm like, they wrong with that.
Yeah, I saw one off in the distance earlier while I was playing, and I stayed the hell away from them.
Well, I ran into the Thunder one in Akala because I was looking for the tower, and I just had teleport because I'm like, I'm not doing this. And when I teleported, then I found out where it was, and it was right behind it. But they're like 10 or there's like I forgot the exact number, but they're like at certain places all over the map. But the problem is you run into them because they're behind stuff. They're like you're just walking off trying to get stuff, and you hear boss music. Which is hilarious to me. But yeah, I'll probably do that because I do need to do some more cave runs. Ran into an armored Lionel again. That's always fun. And yeah, they wrong for that, dude. How you gonna put armor on an enemy that don't need it?
I mean, hey, blame Ganondorf this time.
Ganondorf was like, you know what? I didn't terrify you enough last game. I'm gonna give them 2 horns, and I'm gonna put armor on them. That the only way you're gonna be able to get off of them is if you got a bomb. Good luck. While I'm sitting down here drinking me a Dasani. Rehydrate.
Well, I did realize one thing, and it's because you haven't done any temples yet. But Riju can knock armor off of things. Once you have her,
okay.
Yeah, she can do it. Once you have her power, she can knock armor off of a lot of stuff.
Okay, because like right now, what I'm doing is getting my clothes right, getting my clothes because I got the fierce deity armor set. I'm trying to find the rest of that. I got the gloom chest piece. I got to get the hat and the leggings for that. So I got to get some poles, and I'm trying to get stuff that. So when I start doing the great fairies, unlocking them, I can just go on and do all my stuff right back to back. Because I'm still trying to figure out why some of my recipes, they changed up the recipes, man. Because I was going to try to use some of my 10, 15-minute recipes from Breath of the Wild. They don't work. They're like 3 and 5 minutes. I'm like, that is not gonna cut it. That is not gonna cut it.
They said we know returning players going to think they got the advantage, and now we going to take that away.
No,
you ain't got no advantage, dude. The timing is off on the Lionel stuff because I fought a Lionel the other day. I'm like, my timing is all the way off, and then
yep, I see. I figured that was gonna happen. Because they changed up the moblins. Like their attacks are different. I'm like, oh no. The Lionels are definitely gonna be different too.
But the only one that still stayed the same was the Stalnox and the Hinox.
Yeah.
Yep. The timing for that still stayed the same. But everybody else, nah, dude. Even the damn Lizalfos get on my nerves. Ganondorf does have Mumra vibes. And I think that was on purpose.
Oh yeah, that was definitely on purpose.
But yeah, I got the only other thing too that I hate is like I don't ever have enough slots for the cool stuff I get.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you need the Korok seeds for.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm tired of dragging them to their friends. I'm starting.
I'm starting
to get like them people that was crucifying them and torturing them. I'm like, yo, this is getting on my nerves.
At first, I'm like, all right, it's this fat Korok. Like I feel bad for my man's. Wait a minute, it's multiple fat Koroks. Are you serious?
They're not really fat though. They just stuck on an item.
Yeah.
Well,
they carry in a big bag.
As soon as you get their friend, they can now they can walk.
Yeah. Thanks for saving me. Here's 2 Korok seeds. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's starting to get on my nerves a little bit. I'm like, if I was sadistic. Ooh, if I was sadistic.
No, I actually threw one into a river, just because.
Really, dude?
It was near a river, and I didn't feel like carrying it up a mountain, so I threw it into the river. Kept on going.
That's a shame.
It'll be back. It'll be back like nothing happened. It'll get back up there.
Blood moon happened. Which reminds me, I had a blood moon before we started today, so I need to go do another whale run.
Oh no! No, I had the worst timing on the blood moon. I had cleared off an island of bokoblins. Cleared it. It was just one left, just one, and I was about to kill him.
Sweet.
Then that occurred, and they all respawned, and I'm standing there like I just took out this whole encampment. Why I got to fight all of them again?
I had cleared out a cave in the cave on the other side of Hateno village and beat the last boss moblin. The thing hits right when I kill it, and I can't get out because the cutscenes start. Because right when I kill him, he disappears, and I'm going to grab all his stuff. That's when the cutscenes start, and I see Zelda. I'm like, oh hell no! Nah. And it's like that particular because it has one of the Misako's treasures in it, so it has like 4 ice likes. It has.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I did that one.
I immediately teleported out of there.
Oh man!
I teleported out of there. I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with this again. Nope.
I will say though, if you're gonna do the because before I even did my first jump down into the depths, when having Riju actually helps, she clears out a lot of crap.
So I need to go to Gerudo first, then, huh?
Yeah, you got to do the Gerudo Temple first. Either do hers, and I did the Zora one because I wanted to do Zora's just because I wanted to see what their situation was like. But I did that and hers, and her and Sidon. They good company in a battle.
Well, because I still got to open up that part of the map. I was just gonna do that temple and then go back around and finish everybody else's.
Yeah, but you should probably do hers first though, because her lightning strike clears a lot of stuff out.
Okay, cool. Because I like that they gave her she dual wields. I like that. I like that she dual wields.
Oh yeah, she a vicious little fighter. If you sit back and watch her, she will crucify an enemy in front of you.
That's all like, man. The next Hyrule Warriors game, yeah, she better be on it.
Yeah, she is a vicious little person.
Well,
the only Gerudo that's the same height as Link.
Right.
For now.
Right.
I feel bad for Link because like Link is like between 5'5" and 5'7", and everybody be damn dunking on him, man.
But he get all the ladies though. They for sure the baddest one of the whole team definitely wants him. And you're like, but nah. Like I would, but nah. You like,
but hey, I had to give it to Link. Hey, Link be having to fight. So Link,
yeah.
Link is crazy.
And Link is the only dude to get enough respect for the Gerudo that they let him into their town.
Right.
The only dude.
Because the majority don't want to marry him. But yeah, I mean,
right. I would say yes, but like you don't even seem like you want me to say yes, so never mind. I didn't even say anything.
Like, do I have an option here? Like,
normally you don't. So you might want to be careful with that.
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah, but yeah, that game, I do not understand people trying to I understand the people that love the speed run. I understand that, but like there's certain games they're not designed for that, and this is one of them that's just not designed for that. So I don't get the I guess just to say I did it. I'm guessing.
Right.
Nope.
I ain't trying to do that. There ain't no way in the world I'm gonna try to go straight to Ganondorf.
Yeah, I beat it. I beat Zelda. Okay, what kind of cool points do you want for that?
Yeah, I'm like,
you ain't really getting any. What like that's like no offense to my son. I don't know like knock him, but like I said, like that's like him being like, Dad, I'm almost at Ganondorf. And I'm like, that's what's up, yo. What do you got? Like, what are the new moves? What are the new items? What is this? And he's like, well, I only got like 4 of the construct things. And I'm like,
really? Nah, you ain't experienced the game.
Yeah, like bro, you about to die in the most horrible ways imaginable.
And you ain't even experienced the game because finding the constructs is half the fun.
Yeah, I'm like, you didn't like make your own ride. You ain't make a motorcycle or a tank or like anything like you just skipped over the whole creativity part. That's
at this point right now, I'm so into creating stuff because I'm into creating stuff that I'm going to use to murderlize. I'm tired of getting them one hit quitters. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
Oh yeah,
auto build.
That is a thing with this game. Like everything seems like it can kill you in 1 to 2 hits.
Yeah,
especially if you ain't got no, especially if you forget to eat high defense elixir or food. Yeah, you good and done, son. Especially before you find them fairies, because the way you got to unlock the fairies, they don't want money this time. You got to go get a band. Like y'all, can I just give y'all money? Can I just give y'all money?
I was like, nope.
No.
Yeah, dang.
You thought that was hard collecting money last time. We ain't worried about the money. Now we want something else.
Like, Jesus. Well, at least they ain't telling me to build them a spaceship or something.
Yeah.
Even though that probably would be fun. Now that I think about it, but whatever. It is what it is. All right, so that's going to do it for this week's podcast. Thank you, everybody in chat. Thank you all for showing up. Leave a comment. Let us know what you guys are looking forward to for, it's not E3, but it is E3.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they're still doing stuff this week and next week, so it technically is E3. Give us some predictions or some stuff that you want to see. Leave a comment. As always, thank you guys for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. Andre, anything you want to pimp out?
I mean, just some clips, especially one that was a cold servant of disrespect, an ice cold servant of disrespect on a hot summer day. That's what it is. That's what it was called.
Okay.
And when you see what happens, you'll understand exactly why I said what I said.
All right. Going from there. All right, Sandstorm, what about you, man?
So we kind of did this yesterday on the Stormcast. Figured out like what we would really want to see show up to what is the hypothetical E3, if you will. So if you hadn't seen that, make sure you go and check that out. That was a fun conversation. A lot of people came through. That was pretty cool. As well, Vito has the Vitoverse. He just dropped the 3rd episode to the Dark Theory series. So make sure you go and check that out. We had a lot of fun with that one as well. Then we got the Jill podcast tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be on that. I'm thinking I may be on that. So make sure you show up for that. And then we got Gamer Forecasts, where we talk about whatever happens throughout the week, and I give my little spiel, if you will. So Saturdays, every Saturday, 9:00. You guys know the deal. We got something going on for the Stormcast. So that's it. Oh, and make sure you subscribe to everybody. That's the big one. Make sure you subscribe to everybody. Show everybody some love.
Yeah. Also, so this week for my live streams is gonna be genre love RPGs. So gonna boot up some Grandia 2, some Trails of Cold Steel, and probably either Ruin King or Neo The World Ends With You, because I never played that. So those are the games I'm looking at playing this week for Genre Love live stream. So I'll probably do those. I'll let you guys know. So just check the community tab and check the Discord. So to know when I go live, it's probably going to be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but that's usually probably when I'm going to do it. So just to let you guys know. But as always, thank you. Don't forget, next Sunday, we're going to be at 1 p.m. because we're going to be doing the live reactions for the Microsoft Showcase as well as the Starfield Showcase. So 1 p.m. and I will send a reminder in Discord and on the community tab so you guys know when we're going live for the podcast next Sunday. All right, people. Peace out. Have a good night. We'll catch you guys later.
Peace.
Peace, everybody.